Scott, what? What? So we have such great gear. I'm super excited. I don't know what to say.
You can't speak.
Steve Arajo.
Doug Koeppen.
Two dudes. One bass.
One bass.
It is one bass. This is bonus edition. Amp edition. What? Amp.
What's up with that?
It's a bonus edition. I don't know. We just have really crazy good gear here, and we were thinking the two dudes one bass concept is cool. Why not try it with an amp? So
heck yeah.
This is the Darkglass Microtubes 500. Brand new amp that's out. It was sent to me by the Darkglass people, who are awesome, very incredibly accommodating, and they sent this amp out for me to do some demo video, take it out, gig it, play it, do whatever. So let's play it. This is pretty much flat. Playing the 68 jazz bass with a form factor 112 cabinet. Pretty much everything's flat. So, your impressions right off the bat, what do you think? And I know this is Doug's first time playing through the amp. We shot one episode earlier, played a couple of basses through it, flat. What is your initial first?
Seems clean, articulate.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any. I mean, we talked about amps. It's nice when an amp brings a little color.
Yeah.
To the sound. If it's too clean.
Yeah.
It's a little too pristine. I mean, to my ears anyway.
A little clinical.
Yeah.
Maybe a little clinical,
exactly.
just no
Sterile,
personality. Yeah.
So I kind of like it, and this is very clean and articulate, but it's got a warmth. It has a nice warmth to it.
Yeah. So it weighs nothing. It's little. It's tiny. You can see. I've used it on. I used it on a few gigs the last few days. I used it as an amp, 500 watt head, through a cabinet, through a couple of cabinets. Sounded great. Loud enough to be in a combo with, guitar, keys, and drums. In a decent sized room. I was not lacking in power.
Not through a PA, just
system. Just my system, just my rig. I actually took it to a couple of gigs where I usually use just a direct box, just a DI, and I use this as a glorified DI. I literally just put it on the ground, and it was great. The DI, the front of house guy, knows me well, knows my basses, and I play quite a bit there, and he loved the sound of the DI. I'll show the back in a second, but it has a ground lift. I used the ground lift. Everything was quiet. So, I mean, it basically worked great. I didn't really EQ anything. I just was flat. I just was trying it as a DI, and I was post EQ. So it was going through the circuit. It was not going, I run it post, especially on this stuff, because if it does have any tone shaping, even in a flat setting, I kind of want the color to go through sometimes. I mean, but I just wanted to try it. Sounded great. The front of house guy loved it. So, and I played it with a 4-string, and I played it with a 5-string. So, yeah.
So it gives you a little control over the color.
Absolutely.
That way.
Yeah, if you go pre-EQ, it's going to take it right from the input, right from your bass.
Of course, the sound guy can still.
Yeah, the sound guy's going to. He's going to still do whatever he does. But a good sound guy will just appreciate that. Yeah. That tone, that really good tone. So again, I went post EQ, and it worked great. So kind of layout, you've got your input gain, right? Go ahead and play. So that's my input gain. My master volume is here, so I can set my gain level wherever I want. Wanted to hit a little bit more. You can make it hit a little bit more. Yeah. I have my bass cut, bass boost. I have a low, mid, and I have it switchable between a couple of frequencies. Is it between? Let me grab the. I have the manual, which I'm going to refer to. So the low mids switches between. Sorry. Where is it? High mids. Low. Okay. So this is so this is the low mids. The low mid switches between 250 and 500 hertz. So it played just like an eighth notes, like eighth notes. So you can hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can cut them. Right? Between 250 and 500. So they're straight up flat. And then the high mids is 1.5K, switchable between 1.5K and 3K. Oh yeah. A little more nasally there, a little bit more highs there, or you can cut them. Yeah. And then treble, cut, and boost. So we're pretty much sitting flat. Yeah. A little more gain.
Sounds very much like a jazz bass. Really, it sounds warm.
Yeah.
Full, and I like it.
Yeah, sounds really good. You also have active and passive, so go ahead and play. There's passive. Active pads it a little bit, so if you have an active bass that's a little hotter, that'll accommodate that, which is pretty cool. It has the super intelligent foot switch, which I don't have, but I think that will switch between the Microtubes circuit and muting also. So it has a mute, which is nice. It just basically mutes everything. So if you're, unplugging and plugging in, you're not going to bug the front of house guy, which that you have to have. You can't not have that. You can't not have that. You can't not have that. Yeah, I put not because I always love a mute switch. So that mutes it. Yeah. So that is the basic section. Now this also has, basically, it has drives. It actually has a Microtubes engine. So Darkglass is very known for their Microtubes pedals, right? So this one has the B3K and a VMT model. So let's engage. So out is going to be the VMT, in is the B3K. And what they say is the B3K mode will deliver an aggressive percussive sound. So that's the B3K. You got the drive, the amount of drive. So it's driving less and more or less. The tone, so that's going to be more bass on the left. A little bit highs, right? The level of that drive. And then a blend. So the blend is going to be from clean to the actual effect. So I think straight up and down is going to be 12 o'clock is going to be right in the middle. So the same. So blend mixes between the clean and distortion signals. I'm not a distortion guy, but it gives. So there's off. And then if I go to the VMT, so again, that was the B3K. The VMT mode, they're saying, will bring up the mids for a warmer, more neutral character. So this character is supposed to be a little bit more neutral, the VMT. So I hear that little bit of fuzz on that.
It's not.
That's the tone.
It's more noticeable on the high notes.
Yeah. That's the level of the effect. And then the blend. bypassed, clean, and then Microtubes, EMT. Yeah. So this is an exploration, going through the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a 112 cabinet that we're going through. So there's bypassed and clean. That's the way I would play it.
I would too.
You know, but it's nice to have. Let's say if you're recording and you need a little grit. I mean, this is not only a great sounding amp by itself, but has a decent little distortion circuit with 2 distortion circuits of theirs that they're famous for, the BMT and the B3K.
A twofer.
It's a twofer. Yeah, 500 watts into 4 ohms. Yeah. Any comments on it?
I like the sound of the amp a lot.
Sounds good, man.
Do you know what the street price is?
800 street, I think.
$7.99.
$7.99, I think, somewhere around there.
So retails 11 or 12.
No, I guess, yeah, but that's
Wow.
I think $7.99 is the going price. But that's the head with the distortion.
500 watts.
It's good, man. Yeah, 500 watts, and it's a DI, dude.
Yeah.
It's a DI. It's a great DI, which is amazing.
Portable, good warm sound.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Dude, okay, so I'm always, you never know. You get something, you try it. I'm pleasantly surprised, man. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It has a headphone amp also. It is a headphone amp. So it's a 500 watt head, it's a headphone amp, and it's a DI. You know, for me, I use a DI literally 75% of gigs.
Say a lot, yeah.
A lot. So to have something that I could walk into where I could use the DI where it sounds good, it sounds warm, and just in case they have a cabinet there, I can use the amp as an amp. I mean, it's nice, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Want to talk about the back?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's mute. Go ahead and unplug, and we're gonna swap sides. We're gonna try. So that was a 68 jazz bass, passive. All right. So now we're gonna switch sides, switch seats. We're gonna go. This is Bass Hang Studio live. So now I'm gonna play. We'll just really quickly kind of go through, and now I'm playing my MTD Saratoga 5. Now is that on active or passive? Well, that was on active.
It's active.
I mean, it's really articulate.
Very. Just mess with the
Yeah.
mids a little bit. So these are the low mids. Take down to 250. Boost that a little bit. Crank up some bass. Okay, I'm gonna go to 500. Mess with the high mids a little. Gets pretty bright. That's the 1.5s.
Would you kind of cutting the treble?
I cut the high mids a little bit. I boosted the low mids and the bass, and cut the treble just a little bit down like 11 o'clock. You can see it here.
It's nice and round.
Yeah.
And warm.
Nice and round and warm. This is how I kind of run my amp, actually.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty typical for me, yeah. Let's mess with the distortion stuff a little bit. I know what I'm doing here.
So to turn it on, it's that second little switch.
This guy here?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Radwood.
And you said these are basically pedals.
Yeah.
That they make anyway, right? So you get them in the amp. So if you dig the distortion thing, it's kind of a bonus.
Dang! That is badass.
It's trippy, man.
Wow. All right, so check this out. Let's mute. Or sorry. There we go. Mute.
I'm going to turn off the Microtubes.
Yep. So I am. Let's see. Ooh. We're on a little music stand. So check that out. Lift it.
Yeah, I know. It's super light, easy to carry.
Yeah. So the nice thing, so the little Microtubes has an LED, which is cool. You know when it's on or off. Active passive does not, but that's fine. You can see the little thing. Mute has a light. It's kind of cool. Fan, or fan vent, I should say, a vent, and another vent. There's definitely a fan in there. That's for voltage. So these are made in Helsinki, Finland. I mean, it says right here, engineered and built in Helsinki, Finland. So obviously, voltage, they've taken into account international voltage when you're traveling. The back has your DI with your ground lift. Again, that ground lift came in super ridiculously handy.
Sure.
It was amazing. It was basically when I get a DI, it has to have these things. It has to have that stuff. So that ground lift saved me. Pre and post EQ, effects loop, send and return, and headphone.
Nice.
Headphone out. Yeah. One speak on. So if you're running two speakers, you can always daisy chain because speaker cabinets have usually two. So that, and then your power cord and on off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, this is a good little head. They also make a 900 watt. Woo. So
that's some juice.
I would get the 900.
Same size?
I think it's a little bigger. I do believe it's a little bigger, but still the digital Class D. So this is all analog Class D. So it does not have a tube in it. It does not have tubes. It's the circuit. Excuse me. It's the circuit that gives it that distortion sound. So it's just great stuff, man. I mean, when I receive stuff like this, I sometimes I don't know what I'm going to get. I have to try it out. I'm like, well, let's see what it works. Let's see. I've been incredibly happy and satisfied with this head. It's been great.
Yeah.
And the fact that I can use it as simply, I unhook the speaker, and literally it's a DI. That's my DI.
Beautiful.
About the size of I mean, it's not big at all. Mm-hmm. That's it. So you can run it without having a speaker plugged in. Yeah, man, it's it's a good little head, man. It sounds great. It's like you said,
Horrible.
this is your first time plugging into it.
Yeah, I think it's warm. I think it's really nice for a Class D.
Yeah. So cool. So that was some tones. We'll definitely do something a little bit more in depth, but this was kind of a I don't know. It was an idea we had to do 2 dudes, 1 bass, amp edition.
That's fun.
Bonus edition, going through some sounds. And amps are so subjective and hard to kind of get. It's just a hard review to do.
Sure.
If you're not recording direct through a recording rig, I mean, you have a room, you've got whatever mic we're going through. But this way you can kind of hear a little bit of the coloration that it gives.
Sure.
The tones.
And you get our opinion.
Yeah, and you get our opinion. So, like I said, I've been gigging with it, and I think one day I left it literally just on for almost the whole day because I was doing some recording with it. I was doing some other stuff. It was fine, and I think the fan's on right now. We were pushing it, we're playing. We've been playing it pretty hard, but it's quiet, man. I mean, it's good. I'm very, very, very happy. Darkglass.
Nice logo.
Great logo, man. It's very, very cool. I like this head a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the small heads too. They're so much easier to manage. You get plenty of power. You get plenty of warmth out of them. They're just so practical.
Yeah. Ooh, and look, we can spin it around. Look at that effect on my maybe from USC music stand, possibly. I won't tell. I just did. Oh well. All right, guys. Who are you?
Doug Koeppen.
Steve Arajo. 2 dudes.
1 bass.
Amp edition. Bonus edition.
Yeah.
Extra special.
Darkglass.
Microtubes
500.
Edition. This is going to be another award-winning episode.
Absolutely.
Award-winning. Huge.
Where's the crowd?
The crowd. I'm going to fly it in. but I just unplugged it, and we're gonna sign off like this. It's gonna go around like this. You can see the back, and it's like total 3D effect. Did you get your 3D glasses?